So I'm going to tell a short story, because this song, I left my heart. And since I know there's a lot of musicians out there, I don't know, you guys are mostly younger. So when I was like 15, I think is the first year I had a New Year's Eve gig. And I think, probably for maybe the next 40 years, I don't think there was a New Year's Eve that I didn't have a gig. You always had a gig on New Year's Eve. They always paid really good. I remember I missed one. I went to a Buddhist retreat, and it was over New Year's. And it was on New Year's Eve that another musician there called out in the middle of the night. We were all sleeping in these bunks, and he says to me, "Hey, Bob, it's triple time." And I didn't know what he was talking about. "It's triple time." And I said, Mel, what are you talking about? And he says, "It's New Year's Eve, because you'd get paid triple time on New Year's Eve. No matter what the gig was, you made 3 times as much as you did." So every New Year's Eve I had a gig, every single one. And Y2K came around, and they tried to shut San Francisco down because they were so afraid in the year 2000, 99, that everything was going to go crazy because of the computers, and they didn't have enough numbers and to go from, the year 99 to 2000. So they tried to keep all the clubs from opening, and we got a last-minute call in a Caribbean band I was playing with. And they said, "We want you to come play for our New Year's Eve party." So we were one of the only places in town in San Francisco, and we were playing Caribbean music. And every New Year's Eve I've ever played, when you get the countdown, 10, 9, 8, 7, you've all been there, New Year's Eve, you yell, "Happy New Year," and when it hits 0. So I teach these guys, and then you sing Old Lang Syne. So I taught the guys how to play Old Lang Syne because they were from, Trinidad. They didn't know from Old Lang Syne. And we're all ready to play Old Lang Syne, and the drummer starts the countdown, 10, 9, 8, 7, so forth. By the time he gets to 7, the place is half empty, and everybody's walking out the back door. And by the time he gets to 3, there's nobody left in the place, in the club, except the band on the stage. Well, we're not going to play Old Lang Syne for ourselves. So we put down our instruments, and we walk out the back door right when it's New Year's Eve. And Tony Bennett and about 500,000 of his friends were all there singing. And Tony Bennett was on this big stage, and they had, the big speakers and all that. And he was singing "I Left My Heart in San Francisco" right at New Year's Eve. So whenever I hear this, whenever I think of this song, I remember that moment of opening, not knowing what was going on, and then all of a sudden, Tony Bennett singing, "I left my heart in San Francisco, high on a hill. She calls to me to beware little cable car. I'm halfway to the stars. I can't. I'm reading Lynn's story, and I tell you, boy, I don't care. My love waits there in San Francisco, above the blue and windy sea. When I come home to you, San Francisco, your golden sun will shine